So what we are teaching right now is pivot table. Pivot table can do SAP, summarize, analyze and present data. So how to do this pivot table? Okay, first thing is you put your cursor over here. Bila kamu letak cursor you kat sini, the next step is press Ctrl A. Kalau you are using a MacBook, you press Command A. So when you press Command A, why you must press Ctrl A? Bila you tekan Ctrl A, setiap table ni atau setiap data ni will be highlighted. And then you go to insert, you go to pivot table, and then once you click pivot table, sebuah kotak akan keluar. Okay, so my friends, can you see this kotak? If you can see this kotak, maybe you can type number 5 in the chat box, nombor 5. You do is, you just go to OK. So once you go to OK, you will go to a new worksheet. Alright, so what I want you to do is, you can just click H, tekan H, letak pada row, tekan attendees, letak pada values. Alright, so you put the H at the rows and you put values under, attendees at the values. So dia akan calculate lah the number of attendees. So dari sini kita boleh faham siapa yang berusia 11 tahun ada 96 people. Okay, bilangan of attendees is 96 people. Siapa yang 30 tahun, there is about 86 people. Alright. So now what I'm going to teach you is, I'm also going to teach you on group selection. Okay, my friends, boleh lihat tak? Ada tak icon kat sini group selection? If you can see group selection, maybe kawan-kawan boleh type nombor 6 or number 6 in the chat box. Okay, maybe you can type number 6 if you can see group selection. Okay, dia macam ni guys. So if just say you put your cursor kat sini, of course you cannot see group, you cannot access to group selection. Kawan-kawan kena put your data over here. Okay, if you put your data over here, you can see group selection. If you put over here, you cannot access to group selection. Okay, because this is the rows, so you must put your data at the rows and you go to group selection. Okay, now what we are going to do is, kita nak groupkan data kita. Maknanya, if just say I click here group selection, sebuah kotak akan keluar. Dalam kotak ni, okay, what you do is, you can actually start by 11 years old and by 84, and the grouping is by 10. Okay, you just remember this, the grouping is by 10. Okay, I'll explain later why 10, why, of course, then you'll notice lah, apa maksud 10. Okay, so I'll just press OK. When I press OK, kawan-kawan, do you notice the difference? If you notice the difference, please type number 7 or nombor 7 dalam chat box. Okay, do you notice ada perbezaan tak? Okay, maksudnya contohlah, if just say I undo, tadi kita ada the age one by one. That means 11 years old, 16 years old, 19 years old. So what I do is, I go to group selection and a box will appear and I tekan kotak ni, I tekan OK. So dari sini, kita boleh buat agihan ataupun kita boleh kumpulkan data by 10. Why? What does it mean by group by 10? Okay, what does it mean group by 10? Group by 10 means they will group by 10 data. That means 11 years old until 20 years old. 21 years old until 30 years old. This is what I mean by group by 10. If just say you put here group by 5. Okay, if just say I put here 5 and I press OK. So you'll notice the grouping is by 5 numbers. 11 years old until 15 years old, 16 years old until 20 years old. So if just say I go here group selection, I put by 20 and I press OK. So dia akan groupkan data by 20 datas. Okay, setakat ni faham ke kawan-kawan? If you faham, maybe you can type yes. If you understand, maybe you can type yes. Okay, maybe I'll just, okay, so I see some of you are typing yes. Okay. So maybe some of you will ask me, Mr. Alan or Ellen, how am I supposed to ungroup? I tak nak grouping, I nak ungroup. Over here, you will see the perkataan ungroup. So what you do is, you tekan ungroup and then dia automatically akan ungroup. Okay, dan bukan je yang pivot table ni, dia boleh groupkan nombor. It can also groupkan perkataan. Okay, so let me just untick the age and let me just tick the football club. So kat sini ni, you will see ada perkataan, words like football club macam Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal and so on. Okay, so the thing is now boleh ke kalau kita nak groupkan data berdasarkan perkataan? Okay, so if just say I want to group Manchester United dengan Manchester City. So first thing is saya kena highlightkan dua-dua words ni, and then I go to pivot table analyze. Okay, pivot table analyze, and then I go to group selection. So I tekan group selection, so automatically dia akan groupkan Manchester City and Manchester United. Okay, so let me show you another example. Now I tekan Everton. I tekan Everton kat sini and I press the control button. I press control, I tekan Liverpool. So sekarang ni kita dah highlight Everton and Liverpool. So what I do is I go here, I click group selection. So Everton, Liverpool in one group. And then after that, if just say I want to groupkan Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, I tekan Arsenal, I press control, I tekan Chelsea. I press control, I tekan Tottenham. So sekarang ni dia highlight Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham. And now what I can do is I can click group selection. So now you notice ada group for Arsenal, Chelsea, ada group for Liverpool, ada group for Manchester. Okay, mungkin ada akan tanya, Alan, how we can change this nama? Saya tak nak group 3, saya nak tukar boleh ke? Well, you boleh tukar nama. Contohnya, kita highlight kat sini ni, kita tulislah London, okay? And over here, kita boleh tulislah nama dia kat sini, maybe Liverpool, okay? And then after that, kat sini ni, kita boleh tukar nama dia kepada Manchester, okay? Alright, so setakat ni faham ke kawan-kawan? If you understand, maybe you can type number 6 in the chat box.